As you just witnessed, she became an
Inspired.
instant sensation after a better than stellar performance at President Obama's second inauguration in 2013. This year, Brooklyn's own Alicia Olatuja is back with her second album, Timeless.
It's an assortment of classic pop tracks with tinges of gospel, soul, and blues sewn into the fabulous fabric of Ms. Olatuja's pleasing tones. So we want to welcome Alicia to BK Live to talk about her new album, her career, and her concert right here, just across the hall at BRIC's Ballroom. Alicia Olatuja, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And before we even get into it and become total fanboys, I want to thank you for being here. And this show was born out of a series of misfortunate things that happened with the hurricane a few years ago. And as we were like grinding and going forward, you were there after that October and gave Brooklyn a bright spot and made us all so proud that we call home 112 wherever we were. And like friends called from all over the country, like, I saw that girl singing. And you were so kind to call into Brooklyn Storms Back, the show that preceded this one, when people used to call and we'd tell people where to go for all the stuff and recovery things. And you were so nice and you got on the phone with us and you talked about the experience. So I wanted to thank you from all the Brooklynites who you made us proud. You simply made us proud. It was all eyelashes and smiles and singing.
I've been talked
So
about
good.
for those eyelashes.
No, it was great. So thank you. Interview start now.
Okay.
I want to know about your background. How did you get into music, and where did you grow up in Brooklyn?
Well, I've been singing since kindergarten.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I used to chase this poor kid around class singing "I'm Saving All My Love for You" by Whitney Houston.
To some boy?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Leon.
Leon's up now.
He's like, I told y'all, it was me. I told
It
you.
was me. And, but I loved to do that, and I would sing all the time, and I come from a musical family. They don't perform sing, but they've always been a big fan of the arts and a big supporter of the arts. So I was encouraged at a young age to keep singing. And so then I decided to go into classical music because I had been singing in church my whole life. And I love gospel music. I obviously love jazz, you know, but I wanted to have the technique under me to carry me through, because I noticed a lot of my friends, because all of my friends could sing too, like a lot of my friends, you see they're on like Gospel Best, they're American Idol, The Voice, like all of my friends now, we're all doing this stuff now, which is great, and they're all doing excellent work. But I noticed that a lot of people would the voice would start to tear down a bit, you know, and so I was like, okay, if I really want to do this, I want to be able to have that classical technique under me to get that healthy technique to carry me through for all these different genres that I love to do. Right. And it just so happened that that classical technique was what gave me the opportunity to contribute to the choir, because they have so many talented voices there for the inauguration. So it's amazing how as many tools you put in your tool belt, the more doors you can open.
Let that be a lesson to everyone.
But and another lesson is that moment that went out around the world, like from Hasselbeck, and she's a Republican, Hasselbeck talking about you on The View, to everybody saying, oh, who is that woman? And then your name coming out and all of this stuff. But what's funny is one of the biggest music minds we know works in this building. And he was like, Alicia Olatuja, y'all not up on her? I've seen her. I've been following her for years. She's been at clubs all over Brooklyn. And it is one of those things where, you know, opportunity meets the preparation. And that's something that you do as well. You help people get prepared for whatever their moment is as a coach and singing instructor.
Yes. I feel as a performer, you get that opportunity to kind of have the audience pour into you. You know, you're experiencing this beautiful collaborative musical moment that will never happen again, and they're clapping for you and cheering for you, and you're kind of absorbing that, and it's making up for all the work that you have to do, the 90% basically that you do as a performer. But I feel like as a voice teacher, I'm able to squeeze out into other people, and I think that constant exchange is what keeps me balanced. It helps me. I'm giving out when I'm teaching. I'm pouring into the dreams or aspirations or work that other people are doing, as was done for me, and then getting the opportunity to perform. It's just like this beautiful cyclical musical experience that keeps me going.
I want to know what are some of your prevailing memories of the inauguration, how that came about, and the fame that came with it afterwards?
You know, it's funny because you prepare, and then when the moment happens, it's over in like a second. So you really don't remember a lot of the actual performance. You remember what happens immediately before.
Right.
You remember what happens immediately after. But I think at the moment, I was just so excited and so honored to be a part of this beautiful historic experience, standing in a place where so many historical moments have occurred and beautiful opportunities have happened for other people.
Yeah.
And it was like, wow, I'm actually part of that fabric now, you know.
And what was there one particular moment afterwards when you said, oh my gosh, there's some fame going on, not just being on BK Live,
You know,
but other than that?
I think, yeah, because I think,
Pinch yourself.
you know what, right when we got off of the risers,
Yeah.
we got on the bus and immediately it was all over YouTube.
It's
And
just like,
yeah, and seeing how the editing was done, you know, seeing, you know, the choir singing and then I was singing and then you see Obama's face and then you see
Yeah.
my face and then you see the audience and it's like
Listen.
when you see that connection happen, when you were able to watch it from the external perspective, then
whoa.
you're able to be like, wow, that's what people saw.
Yeah.
You know, because from my, you know, it's a totally different experience from where I'm standing.
Yeah.
And you remember that this was an experience for me at that time, but when you watch the video, you realize, oh, this was an experience for everybody
It was
watching.
Our
nation.
experience, It really, I can't oversell it. It really it made us so proud. Even this morning, that clip, I had to run upstairs and do something to get it ready for today's show. And watching it, I got emotional. It was like one of those things, and I'm not an emotional guy, but it really was. It was one of those things. And Billy was here, and I said, you know, I saw Michelle's mom, Miss Robinson. She was about to jump up and pull out a tambourine. And when y'all got to the part where the beat came under, it was an amazing thing. And my natural hair friends started blowing up.
Oh,
like everything.
I seriously, I thought, when I saw you on the screen, I was like,
come on.
what can I do? What can I say to
Listen, if you give
to
me
compete
voice lessons
with that? I will give you voice
Give
lessons.
me voice lessons. I'll give you hair lessons.
We will
That's
do
a
this
thing.
because
That's
that
such a
hair
thing.
needs an award.
Come on.
Sir.
Tell us about Timeless.
Oh, timeless. Oh yeah, that thing.
That little second album you're just dropping.
Well, it's really exciting because it's actually my debut solo album. I've done a lot of collaborative albums. The album preceding this was Olatuja Project, which was a
the old man.
collaborative album. And that was like a mixture of our sounds because, you know, he has the Nigerian and the jazz, and mine, of course, is the jazz, gospel, soul, and mixture of classical.
Right.
And I love doing background vocal arrangements, so it's very heavy in extra vocals. But this one was my opportunity to actually tell my story, not just of personal experiences, but also my musical story. That opportunity when you absorb all these different sounds that inspire you from Diane Reeves to Whitley Phipps to, you know, all these amazing voices, Take Six, and all these things that I listened to growing up, and have an opportunity to internalize them, make it my own, and then put it to the story of how I look at life and time. And it's called Timeless because I found it very interesting, just even in this conversation, we're talking about how things look so different based on where you are in time.
Right.
You know, we look back on our life, you know, back in kindergarten, I thought I was doing something, you know, chasing that poor child.
Leon.
Chasing poor Leon. You know, now, you know, it appears to be a little terrifying, but you know, many things happen in your life, and when you look back on them, it's like, wow, you know, I thought that was the epitome of everything that was. And now that life has gone on, I see that that was just a beautiful moment in time. Also, if you're going through a really, really bad time in your life, it can seem like it's never gonna end. It's just, this is it. I'm just gonna give up. I'm just gonna throw up my hands. But I think you have to remember that, you know, joy does come. You know, and that you have to look forward and not focus so much on where you are right now, And yet, you have other moments where you have to enjoy the moment and not think about the
Shift
past.
that perspective.
Timeless is the album. It comes out on October 14th, your mom's birthday. Am I right about that?
Yay, Mommy!
Oh, happy birthday, Mom.
I could talk to you for hours, Alicia. I don't know if you necessarily want that. When is the BRIC concert? What can people expect from that?
The BRIC concert is October 16th, Thursday at 7:30 sharp.
2 days after the release.
yes.
So we can download and then come ready even
Yes.
to sing
Well, you can
along.
actually pre-order the album now. If you do that now, you get a
Okay.
discounted.
iTunes?
Yes, you get a discounted,
iTunes,
and you
yeah.
also get like an instant gratification track, "Human Nature," which was the new arrangement of the Michael Jackson classic. I changed some of the words around to kind of.
Like what?
Tie
what would that
into-
sound like? If you
Did you
were
work
to change
Leon
some
into
of
the song?
I did not work Leon in.
Sorry,
But
Leon.
it definitely, it talks about the difference between our love and divine love. And I think that's a really powerful thought when you're thinking about how you interact with other people and how you see yourself over time. And yeah, so that's going to be here. And what to expect is going to be the entire album, but there's going to be pretty much everybody who's on the album,
Great.
as far as special guests. Christian McBride, Ron
Don't
Blake.
give it all away.
Oh,
October 16th, we'll be here for the concert, and we are so out of time, so Greg is going to save it.
Thank you very much for being here, Alicia.